Wow, brethren, it's a privilege coming your way again. My name is Pastor K. Of course, I thank God today. This is a great day. It's a wonderful day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. So it's a blessing. It's a privilege. Talking to you or coming your space again. Today, I want us to look at what we'll be considering these days. This is the third day we're doing this. So this is a month of divine help, and we are looking at different ways of assessing help, divine help. Yeah. So and today we're going to consider the life of blind Bartimaeus. You know what blind Bartimaeus did to assess Jesus' help, to get Jesus start and turn to get Jesus' attention. So that we're considering that is of course you know who blind Bartimaeus is. Blind Bartimaeus is one of the recipients of Jesus' grace as a miracle while he was here on earth. So if you read Mark chapter, we're going to consider from Mark chapter 10. That's the Mark 10th book of Mark, verse 46 to 52. That's where I'm going to be paraphrasing, telling us about the story. So, but you can read it on your own. So, one of the significant things in Jesus, what happened there. So, this is a case where Jesus Christ stepped into Jericho. He finished his business and he was going out of Jericho. And this guy, as called blind Bartimaeus, was along the way. So, he heard a noise from the multitude. So, he started asking, and they told him that Jesus of Nazareth is passing by. And he lifted his voice and he cried, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. And the guys turned to him and said, don't do that. Please stop. And the Bible said he cried the more. He cried the more. The spirit of doggedness. He cried the more. That's where we're going to concentrate. He cried the more. And because he cried the more, Bible says Jesus heard him and stood still and turned around and commanded him to tell him to come. Why did Jesus do that? Why did Jesus do that? Because he cried the more. The spirit of doggedness. See, life does not welcome the cowardly. Life does not need the cowardly, the faint in heart, the wimpy. You need to be vivacious. You need to be desperate. Let me say desperately looking for what you want. That what happened in the life of blind Bartimaeus. Let me tell you about his situation. He was not only blind, he was poor. If he wasn't poor, he won't stand by the way begging for alms. He was notoriously known as a blind, poor person. The poverty was transferred from his generation because if his generation was rich, they wouldn't allow him come out to beg for money. Yesterday I was coming. Yeah, yesterday I was coming from the island. I didn't drive. I joined the public bus. One guy was sitting ahead of me, just before me. And I discovered they were just talking to the guy. He wasn't responding. They were no women and their way. They was talking bad words and he wasn't responding. He was so calm because nobody knew that he was blind. He was well fed, well nourished, looking good, clean. It was in when we wanted to pay the conductor, he turned back to me. He brought us to me. He said, "Oh God, please," because he noticed that somebody's at the back and he's a man. He said, "Oh God, please tell me how much is this?" I asked him, "You have sight problem?" He said, "Yes, oh God, it's okay, don't worry. How much is your fare? I want to pay." He said, "No, I have money." "Where are you going? How much is it? Let me pay for you." He said, "No, oh God, I have money." But the conductor was so wise that he didn't collect money from him. When he got to where he wanted to alert, the conductor laid him down. And that was when they discovered that this man was blind. I mean, outrightly blind. You know why people didn't notice it? Because he was looking good. Money day. But blind Bartimaeus was blind and he was wretched. So when he was crying, Jesus, thou son of David, have mercy on me. There was something he was looking for that only mercy can solve. And he was desperate about it. See, there are times in life you're confronted by the crowd, by situations, by conditions, and they're trying to shut you down. See, that's why I started by saying the life does not need the cowardly. If you don't know how Jesus said, he said, starting from the John the Baptist, now that the kingdom of God is very violent. It's only the violent that shall take it by force. Until you know how to be consistently stay in doing what is right, you can't get the attention of Christ. See, starting from when blind Bartimaeus started calling Jesus, Jesus heard him because he's a spiritual man. He connects to everybody spiritually. But he was trying to He was trying to understand, he was trying to know the tenacity of this guy, how tenacious he is, how desperate he is for a change, how far he can continually do that same thing that to bring his change. Do you understand now? People who chipping out are fools. You know what I'm saying? Life does not need the faint-hearted. You understand now? The quitters, that doesn't need it. As a matter of fact, God does not deal with the wimpy. People who just start something now, they chipping out. No. Anywhere you see God's blessing, God, that blessing came because of trial. It had been tried over years. God does not waste resources. Whether it's healing grace or prosperity grace or what grace. You see people that have sought for the issues of the one for years. At the end, they got it. You know why? Because they tenaciously wait, desperately wait. I want more of you. You know what I'm saying? So he cried the more, even when people are saying, shut up, it's not gonna work. Your time has gone to conceive, your time, you cannot do business, you have no money, you're crying for somebody to help you, you cannot prosper in this thing you're doing. This guy said, and for the fact that you're saying this, I'm gonna do it the more. I'm gonna prove you wrong. Because there is enough grace. Oh, Jesus is enough grace, brothers, sisters. Jesus is enough grace. You see, this guy, there are opportunities that come at once. This guy understood that Jesus coming around is an opportunity for him. And if he allowed him to walk out, because when Jesus was walking out of the city of Jericho, that he noticed that Jesus was walking out. And he decided, he said, no, I'm not going to let this man go. I'm going to shout him down. He's going to turn and give me attention. Because he knew this opportunity is once for life or once a season. Oh my God. There are times you let opportunities go because you're not sensitive enough to understand. This is one of the ways, again, of receiving from Christ. Receiving divine help, being sensitive in the realm of the spirit. These are the things that this guy got this whole situation. He was sensitive to know. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't seeing for Christ's sake. He was sensitive. See, this kind of cry that is pushing something that's someone, there's a special person. And this must be, they told him, say, who is this? Who is this? He asked, who is this? He said, it's Jesus of Nazareth. He said, Jesus, thou son of David. Because there are stories that he makes people to see that I might receive my sight. Show mercy on me. Leave this burden of sightlessness. Leave this burden of blindness. Leave my burden of poverty because I inherited it from my parents. I am begging on the street not because I'm poor, not because I am blind, no, because my generation is poor. You know what I'm saying? If he was rich, blind men are rich too. If he was rich, you won't see him by the road, by the wayside. But he knew that if I receive my sight, I will leave, at least first I will leave the wayside. So he consisted, he cried the more. Some of us, when we pray for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 1 month, we quit. Life don't respond to quitters. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to access God's divine help, consistently stay in what is good.